Everybody, Jeff Schneider. I'm down here at Drake Park once again with the geese and their little goslings. Tamara and I, my wife, have begun to do relationship coaching. And I'm very, very excited about this, working with married couples, individual people who perhaps aren't as satisfied in their relationship as they'd like to be. I'm coaching a number of guys who are single, widowers, or just people divorced recently, or people who are struggling with finding their mate. I work with them to help them identify their ideal mate and figure out how to go about having the relationship that they've always wanted. I want to talk to you today about falling in love. I read the book The Road Less Traveled years ago, and it was very, very insightful. And Scott Peck talks about love and what it is and what it isn't. And in his chapter on what it isn't, the first thing he says is falling in love is not love by his definition. In fact, he had a technical term for it. It was called cathexis. I'd never heard this before. Falling in love is known as cathexis psychologically. It's a state in which your ego state, which is separate from other people, suddenly opens up for a brief period of time to create a union, a oneness, which reminds us in a very unconscious way of being back in the womb, right? Infancy, because up until about the age of 1, the child does not distinguish between itself and mother, and all of its needs are hopefully met, right? Now, what he said, though, in the book is that when people fall in love, they always fall out of love. And so many psychologists and counselors are working with couples who say, it's over, we fell out of love. And his response is, okay, so now what are you going to do? Because once the feeling of falling out of love takes place, now you get to actually look at the person for who they really are and decide, what do I want to do with this person? Our society has a ton of messaging, music and movies and TV shows around falling in love and romance, and I'm afraid that it's a myth to a very large extent. I don't mean to burst your bubble here, but this isn't what the real goal is. In fact, the foundation of any solid relationship should be a friendship, a companionship, shared values, and journeying together in the same direction, not magical feelings. For so many people that I talk to, what they're seeking is a magical other that can heal them, that can satisfy them, that can finally make them feel the things that they haven't been feeling. Again, my bad news to you from everything I'm reading, that's a fantasy. That to have a solid romantic relationship is for two mature people to look at each other as they are and to choose to love each other, to sacrifice for the other person's benefit. That's the foundation for a good relationship. Hey, thanks for watching today. I appreciate it. If you're interested in having a conversation with me about dating, after divorce, after the death of a loved one, or perhaps about your relationship, send me a message. First meeting's free. Love to have a conversation with you. Thanks for watching.